We have Jorrit Poelen. He's going to talk about global biotic interactions.
Hello, everyone. Let me share my screen. And before I do, I'm Jorrit Poelen. I come to you from Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's kind of sunny, but kind of cold too. And I'm just about to finish my first full winter in Minnesota. So I made it. And today I'll talk about global biotic interactions, and more specifically about why you would ever want to share your species interaction data. So I prepared, and can you see my screen?
Yep, we can see it.
Okay, cool. So why share species interaction data? It's a big question, right? And these are questions I've had over the last 10 years as I've been helping to maintain global biotic interactions. Like, what are the benefits of openly sharing data? And what should they actually be? What should those benefits be? And how do you currently benefit from openly sharing your data? So these are things I'm hoping you can keep in the back of your mind as I sort of walk through these notes that I'm sharing with you. And if you'd like to follow along with the presentation, I'll actually share the link to the text so that you can more easily click on the links that will stop by. And it's an open source presentation, so please feel free to make edits as you see fit. So why global biotic interactions? Global biotic interactions provides open access to finding species interaction data by combining existing open data sets using open source software. So the keyword here is open, right? So in a way you can say, if Globi can index it, then you can say that your data set's open and it can be found, right? So what makes Globi tick? I think it's really all of you, because you're willing to share your skills, knowledge, and resources for mutual benefit. And that last bit is, I think, really important. And I try to keep that in the back of my mind every time I try to collaborate and interact, right? What's the benefit to the other person to work with me or others? So what does it offer? It really, in my mind, it offers a network of folks willing to share their skills, resources, knowledge, and for mutual benefit. So this sounds kind of, funny and weird, but I think it is really the people and the network of people that collaborate that make it work. So what does it offer in addition to all these people that are excited about species interaction data? Well, there's a whole suite of resources now. You can check out this how-to page. Thank you, Erica, for putting that together. And there's a giant index of existing species interaction data sets. You can actually have a look at all the data products here. You can find whatever you'd like. It looks very nimble, but I think it's actually one of the biggest integrated collections of indexed data of species interaction out there. You can use web tools, and I'll show you some examples of that later. And there's also other things that sort of come out of it. For instance, name alignment. Name alignment is a big thing. Whenever we sort of talk about nature, we want to talk about things. Things have names, and we all use names in different ways. So that's something that came out of this initiative. There's also very geeky command line tools that can that actually do all the heavy lifting, and these are open source. You can find them here. There's all sorts of neat recorded workshops, and that's actually on the how-to pages that Erica put together. And you can find some really neat workshops that you can sort of benefit from, maybe to get a better understanding, or to get some tricks on how to get access to species interaction data. And there's data reviews. So whenever your data gets indexed by Globi, you get your data gets reviewed automatically, and you can actually see all the data sets that are registered on this page here. And you can, for instance, look at the Big B network B interaction database, and you can see what the current review looks like. And yeah, if you click on that, then you should see the, let's come to back to that later. Okay, sorry about that. Live demo. So one of the things that is really neat here is that with the data review, you can actually check and verify whether your data is open access and maybe fair. So I've been working with our World Fair project to come up with ideas to create badges for the reviews, right? Right now they look kind of silly. They sort of look like this with text-based notes, right? And they're quite informative to the people that really know what's going on. But I'm sure that there's better ways to render these reviews, and I'm looking forward to working with the World Fair folks on that. And there's lots of collaborations. So over the years, there have been a lot of collaborations, and these are just a few of them. And so here's some example queries. So looking for bees interacting with plants, right? So we've heard a lot about that. There's a very simple simple sort of web interface to query the data, and you can see the all the different claims and where they come from and what their relationship is. And then you can also be more specific. So for instance, you can look for the interaction claims made through iNaturalist. So now you have this big list of things, and you can actually go to the source, and you can see what the evidence is, right? And interact with the person that did that. And iNaturalist has also established a bidirectional link, so you can also go back to Globi this way. And there's also the Big B pollinators. So a classic example of a literature study where you can actually, where people have sort of looked at the literature and extracted claims from it, and even linking specimen to each other. So these are Arctos specimens that have had certain claims relating bees and plants in this case. So they're actually backed up with physical evidence. Example collaborations. These are just a few of the collaborations. Actually, many of the collaborations are between individuals, which is very exciting. But these are just a few. Thematic collection networks, and you can have a look at those later, if you'd like, by looking at the presentation text. So my question to you is really, how would you like to contribute, right? And how would you benefit from this, really? Because this is not a one-way street, right? In order to share, I think there needs to be a clear benefit. So here are some ideas on how you can contribute. And these are just a few of them. Naturalist is one of the many ways to contribute. And so let me sort of close with the open questions, right? Like, what are the benefits of openly sharing interaction data, and what should be the benefits, and how would you benefit from this? So thank you for your time, and I'd like to acknowledge that that this work was partly funded by the Big B project. So thank you very much.